Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 12 May 2022. Thursday night, 9 o'clock, time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Yeah, and we've got a good one tonight. Lots of good stuff tonight. Before we get into the meat of the sale, a little bit of housekeeping. First up, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them on the screen for you in just a moment. I will also reprint them in the description underneath this video. Also in the description, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on the channel. The first is to my Primer for Buyers video. That's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. If you are new to this weekly sales event, that video is sort of a must-watch because things move quickly, and it's really, really important if you're trying to buy a knife on Thursday night especially that you know how it works because you don't want to miss out or get crossed up. The second link is to my FAQs for Consignors video. If you are interested in moving some of your collection along using this weekly sale, that video explains how it all works from the consignors perspective. And then the third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. So the description, very, very important in these sale videos. At the top, you're going to see those 3 links. Then you will see the terms of the sale. And then at the bottom, you're going to find the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps on the left, pricing on the right. As usual, the number to the left of the slash in the price column is your as shown price. The number to the right, as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service. There will be no next day sharpening available tonight because tomorrow is preparation day for vacation. So if you buy a knife to be sharpened, expect it to ship in about 3 weeks. If you see the word sold in lieu of pricing in that far right column, that means the knife has been purchased by another person, bought and paid for. No need to send and I'll take it. Regarding vacation, knives that are purchased tonight, Thursday night, will ship tomorrow, Friday, the 13th. I will do a price drop video for leftovers on Saturday, but any knife purchased after Friday morning will ship Monday, the 23rd of May, because I'll be in Tennessee for a week. So any of those stragglers, it's going to be a week before they ship. If you do buy a sharpened knife, you will be at the head of the inventory for sharpening that comes in while I'm on vacation. So I will ship your sold knives sharpened as quickly as possible in the schedule when I get back. I think that's about it for housekeeping. Let's get the terms of the sale up on the screen for you, and then I'll be right back with the sale inventory. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up, we have just 2 leftovers from last week's sale. And let's get those out of the way first. Somebody's going to get a deal on one of these 2 knives. First up, we've got a very attractive distressed leather, split grain leather, pocket slip, branded Viper, Maniago, Italy. Inside the slip, there's a knife. I promise there is. Here it is. Man, what a beauty this is. I can't believe this made it through the week unsold. This is the Viper key with carbon fiber scales or covers. Man, what a gorgeous knife. 4 1/16 inches of closed length. Look at that file worked backspacer. Just gorgeous work from Viper. It is a slip joint with half stops, and it's a man's pull. I'm calling it about an 8. Notice how the liners and scales are relieved for the nail nick. Gorgeous drop point blade in Bowler M390. Excellent walk and talk. Blade length is 3 3/16 inches. Gorgeous satin finish with my fingerprints all over it. Nice small lanyard hole. Beautiful blade well. They do such a nice job. Oh, yeah. Let's see. This is like new, no box, but it does come with the Viper slip. Web price on these brand new at your favorite retailer is going to be $160. We ran this one last week for $130. It didn't sell Thursday night. We dropped it to $115 for the weekend. Still here. Somebody gets a deal on this little beauty. This week, $99 shipped priority mail, $124 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Viper Key CF for carbon fiber. Next up, here's another one I can't believe is still here. From Vero Engineering, it's the Joseph Vero Isotope. This is the pouch. And one thing I didn't dig out last week that I should have because it had some pertinent information. It does come with some candy and a microfiber cleaning cloth. But this card, which is kind of important, it is a first run Isotope by Joseph Vero, M390 steel, belt satin finish. The inlays are red carbon fiber. And I did not know that material last week. I couldn't tell by looking at it. So, here, my friends, is the knife. Man, what a slick unit. And you, as I said last week, when you look at this knife, you think maybe small gents folder, but not the case. It is 4 7/8 inches in handle length. It's got a super discreet, low-profile flipper with a firm detent. Man, I'll tell you what, you got to keep your fingers off the lock bar for this one. Clip point blade, 3 7/8 inches in length. And thank you to whoever commented last week on the purpose of this offside fuller, because he tells me it's for flicking, like Spidey flicking, and it works well. Titanium frame lock, of course, steel inserted lock interface, milled titanium clip, ball bearing pivot, free swing in action, perfect blade centering. Just a stunning package, don't you think? And this is serialized number 90 of that first run. Condition is near mint to like new in pouch. Let's see. These are currently out of stock. They're gone. We ran it last week for $560. Dropped it down to $525 for the weekend. This week your price $499, and then $524 if you'd like me to sharpen that M390 blade. That's the Joseph Vero Isotope. Next up, guys, this is such a sweet knife. From SOG, we have a Pentagon OTF Automatic. Great packaging, by the way. Lots of information. SOG, the Studies and Observations Group. You knife nuts know the history. And you know what? Despite SOG's recent history of some, let's say not so great overseas produced folders, this is kind of a statement knife from SOG. It is an aluminum handled, and look at the checkering on that aluminum. Hard black anodized. Steel internal frame, so it's got a little heft to it to house that OTF automatic mechanism. The deployment button is so cool. To deploy, your thumb just naturally wants to be in that swale. And it is sort of a medium to firm button. So you're going to want to come forward onto that ramp to pull back. Just works great. The handle length is 5 1/4. The blade is 3 11/16. Let me get the printing right side up for you. Blade steel is S35VN. You've got a fullered spine, double-edged dagger blade. And the seller mentioned this in correspondence, but that is almost hawk deadlock. I mean, once it's fully engaged, you can't move it. It has a little bit of it's sort of, it's hard to explain. It almost over travels a little bit, and then it sort of clicks back, and oh, guys, it is dead solid. I mean, I know it doesn't say Benchmade or Microtech, but it lacks nothing compared to those. And superb handle ergos. Just a super cool blade. Titanium nitride coating on the blade. It's got my fingerprints on it, as usual. 100% reliability on deployment. It is like new in the box. Price on these brand new is $349 at your favorite web retailer. This one can be yours for $275 like new in the box. We're not sharpening the dagger. It's not a cutter. It's a stabber. That is the Pentagon OTF Auto from SOG. Next up, we had a couple of this brand last week. I saved the coolest one for this week, though. From Viper-Tec, we have another out the front automatic. It comes in a nylon belt pouch. This is the Viper-Tec Black Ghost OTF automatic. They call this a zinc alloy frame. Now, I can tell there's a lot of steel in the knife just from its heft. This finish, those of you who have been around a while and you remember those 80s and 90s Gerber fixed blades with the cast-on blade aluminum handles and the finish called Alumahide, that's what this feels like. It's sort of a velvety rubber-like coating, and it is luscious in the hand. It's 5 inches in closed length, all black, and then watch this. Yeah! A 440C blade with a perforated fuller and a mirror polish. It's cool. 3.5 inches of blade. The clip is going to be reversible, tip down, glass breaker. I'm going to call this medium button action. 100% reliable. It's near mint in box with the sheath. These were available at Viper-Tec's website for $90 when they were available, but they're not now. They're out of stock. This one can be yours, shipped priority mail, $65. Then if you want me to sharpen that Tonto blade, $90. That is the Viper-Tec Black Ghost OTF automatic. Next up, could this be true? It's the Rob's pick for tonight's sale. The coolest knife in the sale, especially if you're a cigar smoker. This is from Mar. I'm guessing this to be late 90s, early 2000s maybe. This is worth wiping the blade off. What is it? It's the Mar Havana Clipper. So if you didn't see this part, you'd think, what the heck? It's just a stubby little Tonto. Well, it is a stubby little Tonto. No doubt about it. A 1 3/4 inch Aus 8 Tonto blade. A handle in, I believe this to be black linen micarta. It might be G10. You got your polished clip, tip down carry, liner lock, handles 2 7/8. Now, yes, it is a knife, no doubt about that, but what it's really made for, Not only is this hole to show off the Ultramar maker's mark when it's closed, but watch. I bet you if you stuck a cigar butt in the hole, that blade would cut it for you. That's why it's called the Havana Clipper. That is serious classic knife history right there, boys. Let's see. It's a stainless steel liner lock. I think it's probably, I don't know what the washers are. It may not even have any. I'm looking inside there. It doesn't matter. The lockup is rock solid. The centering is perfect, although the chisel ground blade kind of throws off your eye a little bit. But condition is going to be near mint, no box on this one. Beautiful piece of Japanese manufacturing from one of the most legendary tactical folder designers of all time, the late, great Ultramar. I could not find one of these currently for sale. Couldn't find a sold listing. My seller tells me they normally sell like in the mid 200s. This one can be yours for $145 like it is. $170 if you'd like me to sharpen that Tonto blade. That is the Ultramar Havana Clipper, and it is the Rob's pick tonight. My early birds will not get to see it until all of you do. Next up, it's another legend from Ultramar Knives. Inside this box, we have a Shrike. And guys, this is one of those knives that, you know, they always sold, but they didn't sell quick until Al died and the company kind of went south. This is the Shrike. And this handle, I think, has to be black linen. I'm just looking at that weave. That's got to be linen, especially if you look in the thumb stud relief. The later ones were definitely G10, and they don't look like this. Get a knife-specific clip tip down right hand. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful blade. Gorgeous drop point. Beautiful swedge. VG10 steel. You've got that classic VG10 orange peel. Dual thumb studs. That classic Ultramar stud. Stainless steel liner lock. Beefy liner lock. I believe that's on Teflon. It is. Oop, it does flick open better than that. There we go. Action's nice and silky smooth. Centering is favoring the lock side slightly. I thought it was better than that when I picked it up this afternoon, but you could probably loosen the pivot a little bit. Lockup is dead solid. So, yeah. Condition on this one, like new in the box. These were made by Moki in Japan, and I believe, yeah, the maker's mark is stamped into the tang. Beautiful piece of work from a great designer and a great manufacturer. No longer, guys. They'll not be making this one again. Ultra classic. There are two current listings on eBay. Both buy it now for $349 and $550. This one can be yours for $260 like it is, $280 sharpened. By the way, 5 inches of handle, 3 5/8 inches of blade. The Mar Shrike. Next up, from Brous Blades, we have a Pelican-like case, and the latch kind of fell apart on me earlier, so it's not very robust. Who cares? This is the Razorback, number 156 of 250, says Jason. D2 tool steel. You got your tool as well. This is sort of a Jason Brous design statement, I guess you could say. The Razorback. A 4 1/16 inch handle of titanium, very nicely milled. Steel inserted titanium frame lock, fully milled and very attractive clip that works extremely well with the design. It is a flipper. It's on ball bearings. It's got a D2 blade, a Nightmare grind. Blade length is 3 inches. The handle is velvety glass bead blast. The blade is satin. The centering is perfect. The flipping action is perfect. And the lockup is perfect. Condition on this one is going to be like new in the box. They're discontinued. They're out of stock. When they were in stock, they were $242 at your favorite retailer. This one could be yours. $125, like it is. $155, and I sharpen that nightmare blade. That's why they call it a nightmare, for the guy who has to sharpen it, by the way. That is the Brous Blades Razorback. Next up, we got one from Steel Will. This is the F15-91 Resident. The Resident solid carbon fiber scale. The clip is 4-way positionable, deep carry variety. Titanium frame lock with steel insert. You've got some very minor scuffing on the clip and some very minor snail trails in the titanium. It deploys with a thumb disc quite nicely. I don't remember if I sharpened this for my consignor, but it's got a very nice polished edge on it. Just the slightest bit of wear, belly to tip. Still super sharp. No need to send it to me. Lockup is rock solid on the steel inserted titanium frame lock. There's your engagement. You saw the deployment. It's beautiful. And it is on phosphor bronze, not ball bearings. Blade centering is perfect. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it's beautiful. Blade steel is D2. The blade's 3.5 inches long. The handle's 4 5/8. We'll call this excellent to near mint in box. These are available at your favorite dealer website for $85, or just buy this one. Shipping included, no sales tax, priority mail, $60 with a super edge on it. That's the Steel Will F15-91 Resident in carbon fiber. Next up, well, if you thought the Almars were classic, Kershaw Knives would like to play in this game. We've got a 1670 BLK Blur. Now take a close look at this, guys. There's your hard anodized aluminum handle. There is your Parkerized old school Kershaw clip. Now there is one tiny little nick in the hard anodized coating right there. I did use my Presto Gun Blue aluminum pen to just make it black, but there is a nick there. You've got speed safe spring assisted action, a DLC coated 14C28N blade. Let me just ask you guys, what year do you think this knife was made? I'm not sure it's going to show up well because the etch is a little blurry. Can you see that? This knife is 15 years old. Now, it is a Track-Tech knife, not a sandpaper knife. So it's sort of a Gen 2 blur. Best thumb studs ever, by the way. Those ramped studs. Speed safe spring assist. Stainless steel liner lock. Centering is, it's just favoring the left ever so slightly. Hard to see. It almost looks perfect in that view. Action's perfect. Lockup is rock solid. There's your engagement. Condition, man, if it weren't for that one nick, I'd call it like new in box, but we'll call it near mint. August of 2007. Your price, $45. $65 with my edge on it. And I'll tell you what, guys. This it might have been pocketed, but I'm not sure it's ever cut anything. That's a beauty. $45 like it is, $65 with my edge. Kershaw 1670 BLK Blur. Next up, we got another Kershaw classic. Check this out, guys. This is the Kershaw Silvercut 2011 version. So you've got engraved, I'm sure machine milled wood handle scales, polished stainless steel liners that have a reveal from the wood, sort of a bronze heat anodized butter knife clip, one incorrect screw, by the way, open pillar construction. There's your blade in Damascus steel, single thumb stud, liner lock, and it is on Teflon washers. Blade length is 3 inches, handle length 3 15/16. Nice hand filling handle. That is going to be a single position clip, I believe. Yeah. Right hand tip up. There is your lock engagement. Perfect. Rock solid. Nice smooth action. And we're going to say perfect centering. It's been used, it's been sharpened. Nice polished edge. I put a sharpen price, but I don't think you need to sharpen it, guys. I mean, it's not super refined. It's not, I don't think there's a nick in it, and it is aggressive. So, yeah. I couldn't find one for sale, and I couldn't find a sold listing for this knife. Just a piece of Kershaw history right here. It can be yours. $50. Now, I put 70 sharpened, but you don't need to have me sharpen it. That's the Kershaw Silvercut 2011. Next up, we have something we're calling the Kershaw Case Budget Combo. Okay? First, like new in the box, the Kershaw 4037 Atmos, the probably faux carbon fiber inlaid G10 handle, ball bearing flipper, 8CR13 MOV blade, stainless steel liner lock. There's your engagement. It's rock solid. Blade centering it's perfect. You got a deep carry clip. It's going to be reversible. Tip up, right or left. Great flipper. Great flipping action. Like new in the box. Then you've got the Kershaw Chill R.J. Martin designed budget Kershaw. Another 8CR13 knife, G10 scales. This clip is going to be right hand tip up only. And this one is also a flipper, but it's on washers, but it flips great. This is also like new in the box. And then we've got a case peanut. I'm going to call this excellent to near mint in box. Looks like it's been in a pocket, but hasn't cut much. The jigged blue bone. So here's the deal, guys. Web prices of these knives brand new. $37, $27. What does that make? 64, and then 53. 64 and 53 is what? 117. You get the whole shooting match. $60 shipped, priority mail, plus 20 each to sharpen if you want me to. That's the Kershaw Case Budget Combo. Next up, I teased you about this one. From Enrique Pena and his X series. I believe these are manufactured by Rayot. We have the Apache Kickstop in marble carbon fiber. What a sweet little gent's knife this is. Oh, look at that. Marbled carbon fiber. Milled titanium clip. Titanium bolster lock, which is a frame lock with the scale obscuring the lock bar to prevent death lock. Ball bearing flipper, sheep's foot blade, Bowler M390. Who's the designer? I forget. Doggone it. I can't read it. It's somebody we know. Beautiful satin finish. Nice swedge. Blade length is 2 13/16. The handle 3 11/16. Steel not steel inserted, but doesn't need to be. I got no lock stick, no slip. Perfect engagement. Perfect ball bearing action. Perfect centering. Condition on this will be like new in the box. Milled clip. These are out of stock. They were $275 web retail when they were available. Sold listings on eBay. I think I found 2 of them. One sold at $280. One sold at $300. This one can be yours. Shipped, priority mail, all in, no taxes, $265. Like it is $290 with my edge. That's the Pena X Series Apache kickstop. Next up, we have one from the WE Knife Company. Inside it is the WE/Ferrum Forge 2007 Bravo Minax. And this, I just love. I love the design eye of just about everything Ferrum Forge has ever done. This one, no exception. Look at the milling on this knife. Like a small frag pattern in that recess. These lines and perforations look awesome. Blasted and then tumbled, kind of acid tumbled. Titanium, beautiful milled clip. Titanium frame lock with the steel insert. Beautiful flipper tab. Gorgeous blade. A broad drop point with a high saber grind. There's your Ferrum Forge maker's mark right there above the slot. Blade length on the Minax is 3.5. It is CPM 20 CV, kind of an acid stonewash finish. Handle's 4.5. Forward choil, awesome in the hand. I mean, awesome in the hand. Condition is like new in the box. Action, lockup, centering, all perfection as you expect from WE. Web price on these brand new is $263. This one can be yours. $199 shipped priority mail. $224 with my edge on it. That is the WE/Ferrum Forge Minax. Next up, another offering from the WE Knife Company. This is the 2003 Alpha Mini Buster. The Mini Buster, designed by Snecx. Again, a beautifully milled titanium handle. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. I love the way they did that. So discreet, so finished. Milled titanium clip. Ball bearing flipper. Again, a nice sheep's foot blade. Just a velvety glass bead. 20 CV blade. 3.5 inches of blade. 4 5/8 inches of handle. Oh, silky. Perfect centering, perfect lockup, perfect flipping action. Again, nicely designed flipper tab. Gorgeous knife, like new in the box. Your price for these new at your favorite web retailer will be $279, or just buy this one, $199 like it is, $224 with my edge. That is the WE Snecx 2003A Mini Buster. Next up, we got one from a Real Steel. This is an M390 Megalodon, micarta, natural canvas to be exact. Beautiful showside scale. Titanium frame lock with that Megalodon lock bar cutout. I just love that. It just flows with the knife. Steel insert. Ball bearing flipper. That one flies out of the handle, guys. M390 blade, 3 7/8 inches long. 4 3/4 inches of handle. Lockup is dead solid. There is your engagement. That's drop shutty. Like that matters. Perfect centering. It does have a firm detent, guys. You'll want to keep your fingers off the lock bar. These are currently out of stock at every website I could find. When they were available, they were $207. And I think, I don't know if I sharpened this. Somebody did. No, I guess it's got a factory edge. Why didn't I put a sharpen price? Who cares? $145 like it is, $170 with an ApostleP edge. Because it's M390. That's the real steel Megalodon in natural canvas. Next up, we have one from QSP. Better knife, better life. This is a pretty cool little offering from QSP. It's the Penguin in the black Frag titanium. A right smart little affair. Titanium frame lock, steel inserted, milled titanium clip, right hand tip up. Thumb studs on ball bearings. 3 1/8 inch blade of 154 cm, nicely stone washed. 4-inch handle, so very efficient blade to handle ratio. Great in the hand, beautiful action. Perfect lockup, perfect centering. Very nicely done. Let's see, we'll call it like new in the box. Web price on these is not extravagant, just $109. This one can be yours though for $90, all in, shipped, priority mail. That is the QSP Penguin Black Frag. Next up, we have a nice run of Chaves Ultramar knives. We're going to start it off with this one right here. It's the Rendencion 229 Tanto in stonewashed titanium and the belt satin blade. I love the way they finish these handles. They do kind of a fine glass bead blast and then they slightly tumble them. Just gives it a great look. Hides wear very well. You've got your Chaves signature Jagger skull clip, I call it. Titanium frame lock with steel insert. 3 o'clock engagement, which is super good mechanics. Thumb studs and ball bearings. Look at that stunner of a blade. M390, 3 5/8 inches long. There's your belt grinder satin finish, bidirectional. Beautiful grinds on that knife. Handle length is 4 9/16. There's your lock engagement. Of course, it's rock solid. Beautiful action, perfect centering. Condition on this one, guys, is like new in the box. They're out of stock everywhere. And look at the secondary prices on these guys. You'll not buy one for what we're selling this one for. $330 like it is, $360 for me to sharpen it. That is the Chaves Ultramar Rendencion Tanto. What a beauty. Next up. Ooh, how about this, guys? It's another one. This is the Rendencion 229 Drop Point Blackout. Yeah, 4 9/16 inch blackout handle. That same Chaves clip. Titanium frame lock, steel inserted, 3 o'clock engagement. Drop point blade with the secondary grind. You got hollow back here, flat up here, but just a normal bellied drop point. In M390, 3 5/8 inches of blade, 4 9/16 inches of handle. Steel inserted frame lock. There's your engagement if you can see it. There you go. Ball bearing pivot. Drop shut action. Stunning deployment. Centering's perfect. Condition like new in the box. These are out of stock everywhere at $360. You can't buy one for what we're selling this for. $340 like it is. $365 with my edge on it. That's the Chaves Ultramar Rendencion 229 Blackout. Next up, it is another one from Chaves, the Ultramar series. A Liberator 229 drop point in stonewashed titanium. So you've got that beautiful fine bead blast, slightly tumbled to give it a little camouflage for wear in the pocket. Gorgeous titanium handle. Steel inserted frame lock, 3 o'clock engagement. The signature clip. 4.5 inches of handle. 3 3/4 inches of drop point blade with that belt satin bidirectional. M390 blade steel. Ball bearing pivot with thumb stud deployment. Beautiful action. Got to get off the detent there, Rob. There we go. How about that? Centering is perfect. Condition like new in the box. These are out of stock everywhere. When they were available, they were $350. This one can be yours $330 like it is. $355 with my edge on it. That is the Chaves Ultramar Liberation 229 drop point. Next up. Another one from Chaves Ultramar. This is the Ultramar Liberation Street in black canvas micarta. Beautiful bead blasted titanium handle, signature Chaves clip, frame lock with steel insert, 3 o'clock engagement, black canvas micarta inlay that is screwed on. I want you to see this detail. Notice how that inlay is ramped. It's just a perfect perch for your thumb when you're flipping the knife open. It is a ball bearing flipper, S35 VN blade with the black stonewashed finish on the blade. Gorgeous drop point, 3 3/8 inches in length, 4 1/8 of handle. Lockup is rock solid. There's your engagement. Perfect ball bearing action. Centering's perfect, hard to see. Condition is going to be like new in the box. These are out of stock everywhere. When they were available, web retail was $299. This one can be yours, $290 like it is. They're doing a lot more than that in the secondary market. $310 with my edge on it. That's the Chaves Ultramar Liberation Street in black canvas. Next up. Oh, I forgot about this one. Another one from Chaves Ultramar. This is the Street Scapegoat, full titanium handle, belt finish blade. Again, you've got that shimmery bead blast with a light tumble, all titanium handle, the signature clip. But what if you don't like the clip, if you think it's a little garish, look at that. We have a little more normal looking clip with this one. Titanium frame lock with steel insert, 3 o'clock engagement, ball bearing pivot, thumb stud deployment. Kind of a spear point affair with a forward finger choil. Let's see, is that M390 on this one? 3.5 inches of blade, 4 3/8 inches of handle. There's your lock engagement. It is rock solid. Drop shutty. Perfect centering. Condition. Like new in box. These are also out of stock everywhere on the interweb. When they were available, they were $335. They're in high demand, but you can still buy this one for $325 like it is. $350 with my edge on it. That is the Chaves Ultramar Street Scapegoat. Next up, our last Chaves Ultramar tonight. This is a little smaller knife. How about a TAK? I forgot what TAK stands for. You guys probably know. This is a tidy little package right here. It's got a couple things going for it. Titanium handle. What? Left or right? Positionable clip? Are you kidding? Never seen that before on a Chaves. Ball bearing flipper. Let's see. 2 3/4 inch blade in Bowler M390. 3.5 inch handle. Now this one's a liner lock. There's your engagement. It's still dead solid. Ball bearing pivot. Perfect centering. Condition on this one, like new in the box. These retail brand new for $210 at your favorite website, but you can't buy one. Can't buy one. I'm sorry, they retail for $225. $225 when they're available, and they're not. This one's like new in the box, can be yours for $210. $210, like it is. $235 with my edge on it. That is the Chaves Ultramar TAK all titanium. They make some other scaled versions of this knife. This is the all titanium version. Okay, next up, we're going to Canada. We are going to Canada. Everybody wants one of these. Everybody wants one of these. Not everybody can have one, but you can if you're fast. From North Arm Knives, we got a Skaha in carbon fiber. I can't remember which version this is. You guys know. So we got the right hand tip up deep carry wire clip. Ball bearing flipper with the, it's just the best sound of any ball bearing flipper. Listen. That double click, I love it. Oh man. Oh, this has got the the mirror tumbled finish on the S35 VM blade. There's your maker's mark. Lockup is rock solid. 3 3/8 inches of blade, 4 3/8 inches of handle. They weigh nothing. There's your lock engagement right where you want it. Centering, again, right where you want it. Condition on this I'm going to call near mint to like new, no box. Who freaking cares? Who cares? Anyway, this one can be yours. $220 like it is. $240 with an ApostleP edge. That is the North Arm Skaha CF. Next up, oh my goodness, we've got one from Olamic Tactical. Never the same. Never the same. That's what they say. Here is your certificate of authenticity. This knife was made May of 2017. You won't believe the condition because it's kind of like new. You got a 3.5 inch bladed 24/7 in M390, the bronze anodized titanium handle, gold anodized titanium hardware, and the gold bone pattern file worked backspacer. Want to see it because it's a stunner. Oh my, oh my, oh, oh. Milled titanium clip with ceramic ball retention, titanium frame lock with a steel insert, hollow flipper tab, beautiful flip in action. Come on, get off the detent. That was my only complaint when I reviewed this knife. Oh man, perfectly centered blade. There is your lock engagement. Early but robust. Rock solid. Pretty nice blade centering, don't you think? Like new in pouch. My seller bought this knife brand new from Knife Center. He paid $4.95 for it. And that was a long time ago. It can be yours. I think there are more now. How about $4.25, guys? $4.25 like it is. $4.50 I sharpen that M390 blade. The Olamic Wayfarer 24/7. Next up, this is probably my second favorite knife in the sale. And it's special for one very important reason. This is from Daryl Ralph Designs. This is an American-made DDR knife. There's your box. You got a pouch. You got a cloth. You got a DDR card. You've got a lanyard with a beautiful skull bead that's not attached. This is the Daryl Ralph Dominator with Patriot pattern handle and a compound grind. Oh, guys. Oh, look at that. A very fine satin, almost polished finish on the titanium. Anodized sort of purpley bronze in an American flag pattern, thus the Patriot nomenclature. Milled titanium clip, steel inserted titanium frame lock. Look at those blue edges. Gear pattern titanium backspacer. Beautiful flipper tab. I blew that. That looks like a hand rubbed satin blade. Compound ground, made in the United States of America. Why is it so special? Because Daryl has left this earth. CPM 154 blade, 3 7/16 inches long, 4 3/8 inches of handle. There's your engagement. Lockup is dead, rock solid. It is a ball bearing pivot, I believe. Yes, it is. Perfect blade centering. Beautiful flip in action. Near mint to like new in box. I only said near mint because I couldn't find a mark on the handle, but I got old eyes. Just a beautiful, beautiful piece of work from Daryl. And he's not making any more knives. My customer paid $4.95 for this brand new at Knife Center. This one can be yours for $4.50, like it is $4.75 with my edge on it. That's the Daryl Ralph Designs Dominator Patriot pattern. Next up, we have one from McNeese Performance Machine Custom Knives. This is the Mac 2. The Mac 2. A very tidy little package. Nice blasted titanium handle with a deep blue ano. Springy titanium clip. Titanium frame lock with about 3 o'clock engagement. Makes it very strong. CPM 20 CV blade. 3 inches in length. Nice stonewash. Beautiful swedged drop point. American flag etch. Nice jimping. Rock solid lockup. There's your engagement. Silky smooth ball bearing action. Centering is dead. Action is perfect. Lockup is perfect. It is like new in the box. My consignor bought this one from Knife Center as well at $4.65. This can be yours. $3.50 like it is. $3.75 with my edge on it. McNeese Performance Machine Custom Mac 2. Okay, guys, this knife has a bit of a story because I don't know what it is. The pouch says Brous Blades because it's a Brous. There's Jason's card and Jason's sticker. I know I sharpened this for my consignor a couple of years ago. I don't know the model because Jason made this knife with the same handle, same construction, with a weird triple compound blade. It was called the Triple Threat. This is not that blade. This is a black coated clip point with a big old belly, D2 steel, 3.5-inch blade, 4 5/8-inch maze pattern G10 handle. It's going to be tip up, left or right hand carry. Stainless steel liner lock on washers, not ball bearings. Excellent flicking action. My edge on it, and guys, it's been a couple of years, I think, since I sharpened this. I don't think it's been used. 3.5-inch D2 blade, 4 5/8 inches of handle. Nylon washers. Heavy, heavy liner lock with lots of tension, but still nice and smooth. Beautiful blade centering. Yeah, it's dead. Condition is near mint, in pouch. I just don't know the model or how much it costs new, but we're going to say $75 on this one with my edge on it. No need to sharpen. That is shipped priority mail. Next up, this is a knife brand I've never heard of. I'm not the expert on Russian knives, but what that says in Russian is Chaburkov Workshop. Okay. And here is the the certificate of authenticity. Go ahead, pause it and read it, guys. Good luck. It's all in Russian. Okay, here's what I know about it. This is the Chaburkov Workshop Small Strizh, S-T-R-I-Z-H, with carbon fiber inlay. The Shirogorov influence is not to be missed, okay? So we have a titanium liner lock knife with very Shiro-looking finishing on the titanium. Milled clip, thumb stud deployment for right hand only. Ball bearing pivot. It's got a very Shiro blade shape. Blade steel is M390. Again, a very familiar blast finish on the blade. Rock solid lockup. There's your liner engagement. Nice and smooth, beautifully centered. 3 5/16 inches of blade, 4 3/16 inches of handle. My seller paid $4.95 for this knife, brand new from Knife Center. I think it's kind of obscure, so we're going to do this one like new inbox with the certification card in Russian. $3.95, like it is. $4.20 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Chaburkov Workshop Small Strizh CF. Next up, I've got a knife that some of you have probably been wondering about. This was the first knife reviewed in the USA Made Knife Review Series in conjunction with Knives Ship Free. This is from Kershaw, and the model is the 4320 Federalist. The 4320 Federalist. You guys remember this knife? This is the very one that was in the review. So we have a double detent slip joint fusion knife. Slip joint mechanism with modern construction and materials. 4 1/4 inches of handle, covered or scaled in OD green canvas micarta. The blade, I think, is kind of a sexy clip point in beautifully stonewashed CPM 154. It is 3 1/4 inches long. I can't remember the stock thickness, but it looks like about 80 thousandths, super slicey. You will notice in the inventory that the listing for this knife carries the TAP designation. That means it has an edge by the TheApostleP Knife Service, and very little use on this one, guys. So the double detent means there's a detent when open and half stop, and when it's closed. Or actually, yeah, I guess it is. But there's a detent on each side, protruding from each liner. Now this is not like a double detent flipper. It's more of a pinch or nail nick knife. Action is super silky. Nice and firm. especially in the full open detent. Takes quite a bit of effort to break it off of there. Centering is pretty dialed in, and if it's not perfect, it's awfully close. Condition on this one is going to be near mint in box with an ApostleP edge. If you buy one of these brand new at Knife Ship Free, which is the best place to buy a new knife, period, it's going to run you $109. This one can be yours, sharpened by me, carried for about a week, and then reviewed on the channel with my edge on it. $90 shipped priority mail. That is the Kershaw 4320 Federalist with an ApostleP edge. Next up, from Great Eastern Cutlery, Titty Cutlery Division, we have the original number 14 Lyle's Lick Creek Boys Knife, number 142216 in antique yellow jigged bone. A couple significant things about this knife, guys. Not only is it the first 14 run, it's also the last run this knife was made with the Titusville Ironworks tang stamp, the TIW stamp, and that changed to the carbon or the CAR after GEC installed its CNC grinders. So, kind of a special knife. Closed length is 3 1/16. Blade set is the spear main with a beautiful Lick Creek edge. Long pull cut swedge satin finish. Pull weight 6.5. Perfect walk and talk. Both blades perfectly centered. There's your pen secondary. All steel construction, liners and bolsters. This one also has my edge on it, so it's going to have the TAP designation in the description. We're going to call this one Near Mint in Tube, and it has the story in the tube. And this one gets the Patience and Fishing story. And a very cool tube design, I gotta say. This knife can be yours for $195. No need to sharpen. That is the GEC Titty number 14 Lick Creek Boys Knife, TAP. Next up, it's another one from GEC, and it's another Titty, and it's in my favorite user configuration. Titty with a Gabon ebony set of covers. This is a 35 Churchill, number 351217. It is sort of a medium-large cigar pattern, nickel silver bolsters, brass liners, hot dog shield. It's a cam tang knife, 3 3/4 inches in closed length. Main blade is a beautiful clip point. And there's some hairlines in the satin. I use this knife quite a bit. The edge, which is mine, still quite sharp. I may have resharpened this at some point because that edge is really nice. Pull weight is about 6.5 on a cam tang. Very nice cam tang walk and talk. Secondary blade is a sheep's foot. Nice snap on that one as well. I'm going to call the condition on this one, I don't know, excellent to near mint in tube. And just because of the hairlines, these are getting very hard to find, guys. Especially at this price. I don't think I found one under $200 in eBay sold listings. This one can be yours, shipped priority mail, no need to sharpen. My edge, $195. That is the GEC Titty number 35 Churchill TAP. And then the last knife from my personal collection, the last knife in the sale, is a Chris Reeve. And it's a large Inkosi that I purchased brand new from, you guys know, it's the best place to buy knives, period. Knife ship free. Derek handpicked this one for me because I bought it, and then the first one they sent out, the blade was horribly off center. So I called him. I said, dude, could you send me a perfect one? And he did. Okay, this one was born February 23rd, 2017. It is S35VN with the new hardness spec, 59 to 60. Oh, did I mention it's a lefty? Because I'm a lefty. It is a large Inkosi, left-handed. So obviously you're going to see more wear on the nub of that thumb stud than you will this one. Nice action. Ceramic ball detent and lock interface. Locked up perfectly. Silky, buttery smooth. Blade centering's dead. And just take a look. It does have some use. It was in my pocket. But I would say that the snail trails are minimal. Some very light burnishing on the pocket clip. Now this one has my edge on it because it's my knife. I would say it could probably use a sharpening. It's really sharp from about this first third of the blade and then through the belly and the tip. There's a little bit of wear. I mean, it's still a sharp knife, but it's certainly not how it left my bench. So I'm going to offer you a sharpened price on this one. Let's see. We'll do, and by the way, full kit in the box. The lanyard is still intact. Is that right? Oh, let me take a look here. Let's see. Oh, I must have loosened it up and slid it off the post because it is still tied. But everything's all there. Cloth, paperwork, everything. So let's do on this one, might be the cheapest one for sale right now. Let's do a $395 on this one like it is. $415 with a fresh ApostleP edge. This is the Chris Reeve Large Inkosi LH for left-handed, TAP for the ApostleP. And then you will see these four knives listed in the inventory list in the description below the leftovers from last week. So if you're trying to snag a deal on one of those, check out the inventory list in the description. That'll do it for this one. I'm going to get back to vacationing. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Have at her, boys. Talk to you soon.